Hey guys, hey, welcome to Mondays with Mark. I'm Mark, and this is Smokey, Steve, and Mark. Oh, yes, it is. Welcome or welcome back. Nice to see you. Coming to you from outside because it is a gorgeous day today. Oh, it's windy out, 75 degrees. I love a windy day. Just love it. And this is a far cry from the weather we have been experiencing last week. Oh my gosh, it was a scorcher. I mean, it was in the 95, 98. So humid. It was hot. And this is the perfect day for me to work in the garden. I love it. So I thought, what a perfect time to maybe do a little garden update. I'd love to show you what I've got done in the garden. And we may even have a recipe and a quick craft. We'll see how the day goes along. But first of all, you know what? Let's get caught up on some chit-chat. I'm going to see how you guys are doing. And and yes, you know what? I have a little health update for you. So why don't we do that now, okay? Yeah, let me go sit down. That's better. So yeah, how are you guys doing anyway? Oh, I hope you had a nice weekend. I really do. We had a nice weekend here. Like I said, it was very, very hot, but we have the air conditioner in, and it really took the edge off in the house. The one air conditioner keeps it nice and cool. So, but I do have a health update for you. People have been asking, and I really do appreciate that. Thank you. But the last time we talked on the health update, I had a complete change in my medication therapy. Totally switched, and I started developing skin lesions, mostly on my legs. Although I have one on my arm there, but these other little ones, they're cuts from the garden, cuts and bites, from the bugs. But anyway, so they did do the biopsy on the lesions, and it came back something called porokeratosis. It's a rare skin disorder that causes keratoctic plaques or annular plaques, papules, I don't know. Most often develops in the 50s. 90% of the time it's inherited, although it can be acquired too. And there's a very high probability that these could turn into melanoma. So they called me the day that the results came in. They called me and said, get over to the pharmacy and pick up this medication that we ordered and start the treatment right away. And it's a type of cream. I did some research on it and learned how to use it, and that it's in the chemotherapy group of drugs, I guess. You have to wear gloves, and it's toxic to animals, and so we're all paranoid about it. I don't even get it out until the kiddies go to sleep, and wear gloves, and I put it on with a Q-tip. But apparently you do this therapy, this treatment with this for about a month or two, and then after you stop, they're supposed to dissipate. Up until that time, they're supposed to get worse, like red and inflamed and stuff, and they have been. So I've been doing that for about a week now, and I'm, hoping for positive results here. As far as the medications go, I was switched from Humira and what was that other one? I was on Arava, and they switched me to Orencia, which is a once-a-week shot in my stomach that we do ourselves, which was a lot of fun, but we got it down pat now. And then he added Celebrex to that. And I have to say, after that initial switch, doing much, much, much better. The most noticeable thing, y'all, fatigue. It is so much better. I'm so glad we switched to these medications. I just overall feel better. But anyway, doing well with the medication change, and I'll definitely keep y'all updated on that. And I really wanted to thank everybody who was asking about it. I know some other folks out there are going through the same thing. So, I mean, anything I can do to, let you know how my journey is going. If it helps someone else, that's even better, So, so all is well here on the health front, taking care of things, So, but other than that, nothing else really is going on. Summer is here. We're happy about that, and me in summer, I like to keep it lighthearted and fun, kind of like the feeling you had whenever you were young and in school and you were on summer break. The kind of the mystery of the summer. What's going to happen this summer? The vacation kind of break kind of feeling. And there's no reason why we can't still feel that in adulthood, even though we still have our jobs and we don't get a whole summer break, well, most of us, there's no reason to keep that positive feeling of summer up, and for me, it's like gardening and taking trips and just kind of spending more time outside, taking more trips. I should say take a trip. No, we do travel. We do, but we just haven't a lot recently. But we do want to go. We do want to do something this summer. We're just not exactly sure what it is yet. So, and speaking of gardening, I happen to have an update for you too of the snake plant project we did. I think it was about a month ago. Here, let me go get them. So if you remember, we did a video on how to propagate snake plants. And this was the mother plant here. And as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3 cuts that we took from her. And she has all new growth down there. So that was part of it, propagate her without killing her, and check it out, y'all. So this is number 1. Look at all the new growth. This was the one here that we transplanted after we rooted them in water. And then he had some offshoots come out. Look, there's one. And then look down here. See? There's another one coming up. Oh, it's so cool. And here's number 2. Look. There's an offshoot. And there's an offshoot. Isn't it just totally fascinating? Oh, it's so great. So from this one plant here, we have 1, 2, and soon to be 3. So this is the other one, and that's what the roots look like. I think we showed that already. But what I wanted to show you, what is fascinating, you can leave them in water, and they will develop pups. Can you see him there growing? Look. That's another pup just coming out there, just in water. I'm so glad I was able to show you that because so fascinating. But anyway, today I'm going to plant him in this pod here that my neighbor Trish gave me. Isn't it cool? I love it. So that is, these are just, I propagated our Chinese friendship plant here. And he's a fascinating plant too because he sends these offshoots out and you just pull them out and you give them to a friend and they'll have their own plant. And that's why it's called a Chinese friendship plant or sharing plant. Sometimes they call them a UFO plant too. But that is the update on our snake plant project. Oh, I think this is all so fascinating, watching things grow and, seeing what plants do. It's totally amazing to me, and we're going to have really nice plants here from that one plant. Oh, you can tell I like it. So speaking of the garden, is it okay if we go out in the garden and I show you what I've been doing over the last week or two? Yeah, let's do that. Come on, let's go for a little garden update. Ooh. As far as our houseplants go, I love my houseplants. Got them all moved outside, and these are, the spiral rush, how much I love those. I have 2 of those, and I just wanted to show you, look at how beautiful this is. The colors are amazing. Ugh. And you may remember him. Oh yeah. 3rd year in a row he's grown. It's great. And down here everybody's doing pretty good. Little spider plant there. And I wanted to show you this for my cactus. I made this here out of scrap branches, and I just hot glued them together and put a little wire around it there, and made a little houseplant trellis. I think it looks really nice. Sprayed it with some acrylic spray so it lasts. Much like this one, but this one was scrap wood that I had glued together, whereas this one was the branches, I think I could make a bunch of these and sell them, y'all. They're really, really cool, and it's free to make. But yeah, everything's going good. Curly Q spider plant, I love him. Our patchouli's doing very, very well. And this here is our amaranth, like we grew last year, the red one. Oh, can't wait for him to grow. He'll get pretty big. Here we go, the front. The front is coming along really nice. Finally, we have some growth. Very nice, very nice. There we go there. And our moonflowers and morning glories, they all took, so they'll be growing up our little teepee here real soon, actually. And Well, that's the front garden. Oh, I can't wait to show it to you in a couple of weeks. Ooh. And the garden. Okay, don't judge. I know I still have a long way to go, but I did get a lot done. We have our 3 teepees going here. This one has more morning glories and moonflowers. You knew that. And our Halloween garden. Look at the bat flower with the new growth. So exciting. And our pumpkins on a stick really took off. And then the marigolds and the dragon blood collias. And our, I guess, newest addition here, we have tomatoes and peppers. We got them in, yay. Now, we just had a huge storm. That's why they're kind of toppled over a little bit there. But the next project is going to be a trellis that's going to go all the way up here for our tomatoes to grow on. And we have our cucumbers here. And our zinnias are doing beautifully. Look at how big they are. Very nice. And we're happy to say Stephen's wildflowers finally came up. Yay! And potatoes. Okay, and then our onions are doing well. And our celery is doing well as well. I'll take one off here and show you. Yeah, I have these on here, because of critters. But our celery's growing really nice here. So the project next for this is to put chicken wire all the way around it and fence it in, to keep them away. And our green beans, they're gonna grow up there. Our Indian corn in here. And y'all, our pumpkin patch. So guess what we have in here? It's crazy. Of course, we have pumpkins, mini pumpkins, and then we have all kinds of gourds. We have loofahs and ornamental gourds. I think there's cantaloupe, watermelon, zucchini, all kinds of squash. And then we have our cabbage. Look, the cabbage looks good. Cabbage, cabbage, cabbage. And then the project for this, I'm going to put netting, which is right here, this type of netting here. We're gonna put completely over the top of this. So far I've been lucky, but they love cabbage and gourds. And then, okay, our herb garden is doing very nice. Oh yes, oregano, lemongrass. We have the thyme, and even though it rained really bad, the French drain, it seems to be working pretty well. I mean, it's not a proper French drain, but you know what I'm saying. Mint, parsley, 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 rosemary, rosemary, basil, sage, tarragon, chives, and Stephen's blackberry bush. Ooh. Oh my goodness. And so, I think we need some planter markers, like plant markers, because now's the time in the garden here where I can start looking at I don't know, what do you call it? The aesthetics of it, how it looks. So I have to completely do our walkway here. I gotta, make it a little more sturdy and put it in the ground and do those trellises and the gates around the celery and things like that. And but I really am anxious to do some plant markers. Do I hear a quick craft coming up? Come on! Oh yeah, time for a quick craft for the garden. Y'all, we're gonna make some plant markers for our herb garden. And oh yeah, we're gonna be using some wooden spoons. Okay, so what do you need? All you need are wooden spoons. I got these at the Dollar Tree. They come 2 for $1.25, and they have the flat ones too, or the round ones. Very, very cool. Now, you want to take a look at your wooden spoons and kind of figure out if they're treated or not. Do they have a coating of some sort? Because whether we use paint or Sharpie markers, it will have a tendency to bleed if it's not treated, So if it's not, we're just going to give that a spray with some acrylic spray and let it dry before we do the next part. And that will be using some colored Sharpie markers, they're permanent, or you could use paint if you're a good painter. And all we're going to do is write the name, I don't know, Chives, and then maybe draw a tiny little picture on there, okay? So let's get started. Okie dokie. Now, if you're good with calligraphy, oh my, go for it. I certainly am not. So I'm going to do my little, I don't know what you would call this. Letters with little bowls on the end of it. That's what we'll call it. And I'm going to do mint first here. I'm certainly not an artist here. We're just going to kind of represent the mint is what we're going to do here. I know it's like a little spiky, little pointy on the top. We'll give it a little stem there. Now it looks like holly. Oh, and we'll figure this out. All right, so yeah, no artist, but we're just doing a representation is what we're doing, okay? So we'll just repeat with the rest of our herbs and the rest of our wooden sticks. Ta-da! Now when they're all together, they look a little better, right? Okay. Very, very simple, very, very easy. All right, so the last thing we're going to do is we're going to give these babies another coating of acrylic spray, just so they, it'll protect them from the weather, especially if you want to use these, year after year. So that's about it, really, y'all. The only thing left to do is go put them in our herb garden. Ooh, it's starting to get dark. Good timing, right? Oh, I hope it didn't seem too rushed. I was trying to get everything done and filmed before it did get dark out, and we're almost there. And you know what I was thinking? All those delicious herbs out there. I got a whole handful of basil. Why don't we go inside and whip something up? Lemon basil butter cookies, anybody? Oh, yes. Oh, this recipe just pops with fresh flavor. We have lemon in there and, of course, fresh basil. We're going to be making some lemon basil butter cookies, y'all. Now, I'm doing this because I got a call to action again from Icing Smiles. You remember we talked about that a few times before. And basically, Icing Smiles is a nonprofit company that provides dream cakes and cookie platters to families that have children that have a terminal illness or disabled, So it's a really, really nice thing that they do. And us people who work for Icing Smiles, we're volunteers, but we're called Sugar Angels. Believe that? So I'm a sugar angel, and today we're going to get that sugar on, but we're going to add some basil to that. So let's get started with these cookies. Here are our ingredients. So over here in the back there, we have 1 egg, and we have 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. Then we have 1 cup of sugar, 3/4 of a cup of butter, unsalted, which we brought to room temperature, okay? And then over there, we have 2 tablespoons of lemon zest, oh yeah, and 2 tablespoons of fresh basil, all chopped up. And as far as our dry ingredients go, we have 2 cups of flour, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, and then 1/2 of a teaspoon of baking soda. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to kind of whisk all of our dry ingredients together here, okay? Just spread it out there, and then we're going to set that aside. And y'all, we don't need a hand mixer. We don't need a wooden spoon or a stand mixer. This whole recipe is done in a food processor. Check it out. So in the food processor here, we have our butter, our lemon zest, our sugar, and our basil. And we're just going to pulse that until it's light and fluffy. Alrighty, there we go. And now we're going to add our egg. And our lemon juice. Okay, and again, we are going to pulse this up until it's nice and smooth. Right. Ooh, nice and smooth. Now we are going to add half of our dry mixture to the bowl. About half, Okay. And we are just going to pulse this just until it's combined, okay? Ooh, look at that. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. As you see, we have a nice smooth dough going there. All right, let's turn this out. So I'm just turning our cookie dough out onto a piece of parchment paper here. You can use cling wrap if you'd like, or even waxed paper. I just like the parchment paper myself. Time to get messy. We're gonna shape our dough into a 1-inch log. It'll be pretty long, so you could do 2 of them if you'd like to. But let's see what we got here. Okay, there we go. We have our log ready to go. And then in here, oh yes, I have some granulated sugar or coarse sugar or sanding sugar, along with some chopped up basil. Oh yeah. Now we're just gonna pour this on top like that, and all around the sides, and we're just gonna coat our log with this mixture. And you can do that by bringing this up and around like that. Okay, like that. And then kind of turning it over so we get the bottom too. Alrighty, we are coated, y'all. We are coated. Yay! And you can get this out, the sugar out, or just leave it on here. And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna roll our dough up. Okay, and then we gotta chill that dough for at least 1 hour, okay? All right. There's our log, all nice and stiff. All right, so we are going to unroll this baby. Oh yeah. Ooh. Okay. And this will get everywhere, so let's dispose of this right now. All right, so now what we're going to do, it's so easy now. It's all about slicing and baking, and we're going to slice these into about 1-inch slices, about like that. That's about 1 inch or so there. And then we're going to place them onto a parchment lined baking sheet, and we're going to place those there about 2 inches apart there, okay? So let's get to slicing. Okay, and now we bake in a 350-degree oven, and just until the edges start to get brown, and that will be anywhere from 9 to 12 minutes, okay? Make sure you don't overbake these babies. Oh my goodness, look at our cookies. Oh man. Oh, this house smells so good. Lemon and basil. Oh my. Oh, I'm so happy with the way these turned out. Well, that's all there is to it. A really nice and easy and quick cookie to make too. Bursting with flavor, fresh flavors from the garden too with that basil. Oh yeah. There you have it, our lemon basil butter cookies. Oh yeah. Oh, well, it is dark out. Another day has come to a close. Yes, it has. Oh, wow. I had a really good time today with you. And of course, I hope you did too. Hopefully next time we do a little garden update like this, it'll look, a lot nicer than it does now. I still have so much to do with that. I have a bunch of garbage to get rid of, like weeds and stuff like that I pulled, and a few more little projects there, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out, especially since I started with an empty canvas there. I mean, there was nothing there, and the dirt was, the yard was it was a challenge. It's very, very rocky, but I got it all in, and I can't wait. Now we can just watch it grow, right? So, and how about those cookies, y'all? The whole house, it smells like lemon basil. Oh, what a smell. Oh my gosh. So, I guess that's all she wrote today. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. It was really, oh gosh, it was a nice time. It really, really was. So definitely hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and check us out over on social media, X, Instagram, and Facebook. And all of our contact information is listed right down below. That's our email address and our post office box as well for that snail mail. Thank you again. You have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Okay. Ciao, everybody. Mwah!